Morning and welcome to your Monday morning espresso shot. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Truly appreciate your participation as always. Let us begin by placing our awareness in the area of the heart. We always do this. It always gives us a wonderful kickstart in the morning. So let us place our awareness in the area of the heart and let us just gently take slow, deep, nurturing breaths. And just imagine these breaths are flowing in and out of your heart. This keeps your awareness in the area of the heart, which is the engine that drives the rest of your system. The seen system and the unseen system. The magnetic field emanates beyond your heart in all directions. 5 to 8 feet has been measured in laboratories. And many of us have experienced it going multidimensionally. If you're thinking about somebody and you're really deeply connected with them emotionally, they will call you just at the same time as you're thinking about them. That's the magnetic field. It transcends time and space. So we're generating this right now. So what are you broadcasting? Let us begin to take slow, deep breaths and start sensing that unseen around us. What does that look like? What does that feel like? What does it sense like? Can your breaths go deeper? See if you can sense the breaths going into your heart, down into your belly. And when you exhale, sense it coming up from your belly and out through your heart. Are your breaths symmetrical? Are you taking 5 seconds to breathe in and then 5 seconds to breathe out? If you take 3 seconds to breathe in, take 3 seconds to breathe out. Make them symmetrical and allow them to just flow without stopping at the top or at the bottom of the breath. Once again, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Wanted to speak about our topic today. And sorry, give me 1 second here. There we go. All right. Yeah, today's topic is being kind versus being right. And one of the things that I know I spoke about this a few sessions ago, a few weeks ago, I should say. But then I experienced my own journey of being kind versus being right. And I wanted to share this with you because nothing is better than a personal experience where I've had to really make a switch from being right to being kind. So, one of the things that we're doing right now is I'm co-producing a show here in the community theater, and and the show is about to go on, this coming Friday. And tensions are high because we have to get a lot of things done. We move into the theater, we construct, we find that hey, we have to adjust the construction a bit here and there, and so tensions are rising. One of our one of the individuals involved in the production sent me and a couple of other people a very scathing email. And my response was to call this individual up. It was highly offensive, and a few of our board members found this email to be highly offensive. And this particular individual was integral to the operation of the actual show run. And so, I had to be very diplomatic about responding, but I wanted to make sure he did not get away with his offensive comments, because it's not appropriate in the culture we're trying to create in the community theater. So I called him up with every intention of having that conversation with him in a gentle way. I mean, after all, I coach others, and I help others maintain their regulation, emotional regulation. So in my conversation with him, he seemed to not take to my approach, and he became a lot more offensive, a lot more abusive. And at that time, I lost it. I lost it completely, and I screamed at him, and I told him that is inappropriate, and I want him to stop, and I hung up on him. Some of my board members actually said to me that I was in the right, and I could take further steps to address it and put him in his place, quote unquote. Then I remembered that I needed to walk the talk, and I had to really make sure that even if this individual was integral to the part of the production, and even if I could replace this individual, the important part was for me to be kind rather than being right. And so I realized, that coaching that I provided everybody, how difficult it is to make that switch. I realized that because I had to experience that. It is a difficult thing to make that switch, but I was able to switch, thankfully, because I had wonderful positive peer pressure from the people that listened to me, and I needed to own up and show up as authentic because I preach this stuff. So I sent an email. Because I felt that if I were to have a conversation with him, I might blow up again. So I sent an email. I said, I truly apologize for my outburst and my behavior. The response I got was very cold and implying that, yes, they were right and I was wrong. Some more being kind versus being right practice came up for me, and I didn't respond. And then he sent me another email saying, you have to get this approved from me. And I sent him an email, and I basically said, listen, we're all newbies here. If we make a mistake, I'll own that mistake, and maybe we can bring it up at the next meeting. I could have gotten back at him and told him that I don't report to you. I could have told him that the executives have already approved it. You don't have any right to ask me for this, but I chose to be calm about it. The next email I got from them on a different topic was a lot kinder, a lot more neutral. So it seems like, I made peace with them. And what was really bothering me was that nobody acknowledged that I was right, other than a few board members. But I really wanted that individual to acknowledge that I was right. But then that wasn't as strong as I had thought it would be, that feeling. I'm so much at peace with myself right now because I can focus on the show, and others are calmer because I did not ratchet up the emotions. And so everybody, not only this individual, who, if they had gotten angry, and if I had ratcheted them up, they would have been sicker. Their immune system would have dropped, much like the family around him, much like other board members. And then, we would have walked into the theater production with, very poor energy. And so I realized later that I felt really good about the fact that, I was a lightning rod for the anger, and being kind versus being right was the correct measure. And so I wanted to share this with you to let you know that my own experience, and I had to go through this process and learn from it. And I wanted to acknowledge that, when I say this to you, be kind versus be right, it's not an easy thing. And I truly, truly, truly have lived that. So I honor all of you that are doing their best to being kind versus being right. So let us now breathe through this process. Join me in breathing through this process by placing your awareness in the area of the heart. taking slow, deep, gentle breaths, and experience this flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slowly, a little gently than you normally would. And when you're ready, when it's appropriate, put a gentle smile on your face and just begin to experience gratitude, joy, appreciation. Remind yourself, go back to a time. Perhaps it was just yesterday. Perhaps it was right now. Perhaps you're thinking about something in the future. Whatever that may be, that's a start of drawing that inspiration and then allowing your heart to really experience it in the moment. Your body does not know that it's actually your imagination that's causing the 1,400 different chemicals running through your body that is anti-aging, rejuvenating hormone, good hormones going through your body, or it's actually unfolding before you. This is the power of your will, your imagination, your intention, is to allow the body to experience something that is intangible in the moment, but it allows the universe to assemble these wonderful things that will allow you to experience more of these emotions. And that's what we're shooting for right now, is to experience loving feelings towards each other and others and yourself, and having and basking in gratitude and appreciation for everything that's going around you right now. Continue to maintain that awareness in the area of the heart. Slow, deep, gentle breaths, experiencing them flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing symmetrically, slowly, gently, and expand your awareness just beyond your body, slightly beyond your body, and just experience the unseen part of you, the 99.999% part of you that's out there. Breathe deeply, more deeper than you normally have. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Again, these 15 minutes have passed very quickly, and I'm happy to take any questions, comments, reflections. And while you're typing those in, I will just let you know about the show that I just talked about. I promise you it's going to be great energy. All the turbulence has been calmed. We moved in yesterday. We came together as a community. We painted the set. We have to do a little bit more construction today, but it's filling up. Actually, both Fridays are filled up. So if you're in the Calgary area, you want to take a look at this show. And if I can help you, support you in any way I can to help you get out of your own way, certainly do look me up. I'm happy to, even, for 15 minutes, I can chat with you complimentary to see if this is the right program for you. Questions? Let's just stop the Yeah, let me just stop the sharing, and I can take questions from everybody. Give me a second here. Um, all right. Good morning, Claire and Carol. Thank you so much for joining us today. You are in Calgary. I look forward to seeing you often. Zachary, thank you for saying hello. Um, any YouTube video of your show? You're asking. Yes. Oh, YouTube video of your show after. Well, no, there's no recording because we have copyright. Norm Foster does not like to have his videos shown for free, but we do have some videos up, and I can point you to the theater video area where they've got a few little vignettes out there, promotional vignettes. Okay, Karen, thank you, Shamir. This helped me with a hurtful situation from my heart, light, and love. Yeah, I truly feel for you there, sister. I lived it, and now I can completely empathize. Yes, it is not an easy thing. It took me, an entire day to be able to compose myself after that particular thing. So, and I did breathe through it, and I worked through it, but it kept coming back. So, thank you. Um, Teresa, please send a link to your show, times and location. Absolutely. I will put it in my email response to everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, we all need a laugh. That show is all about laughing. There's nothing else coming through on this particular. There's a note that was sent to me here. So Michelle wants me to, has a question. She says, would you kindly give a visual demonstration of the breath flowing through the heart? Its multidimensional aspects as well as functional. So the visual demonstration, I think she wants me to be on the show here and basically give you so you can see it completely as I breathe in and out. So I'm happy to do that, and I'll do that for a couple of breaths, and you can join me, of course, on this one, and then we'll go back to the other comments that are there. So basically, what I do is when I first started out, I did not have access to imagining from my heart because I was a shallow breather. So what was recommended to me is I just put my hand on my heart here like this. And then as I take a breath in, imagine that the air is flowing into my hands and through my heart. And as I'm exhaling, imagine the breath is flowing out of my hands and outward. And so as you're breathing in, imagine that your hand is receiving the breath, which is on your heart. And then at some point, move your hand out of the way and keep the breaths flowing into the location. And that's just practice. And once you do that, you will begin to understand that's very beneficial to you. So that's the visual. If that helps, that's great. In terms of the multidimensional aspects as well as functional aspects, one of the things about the heart is it's a pump. And what happens is as you take a deep breath in, the oxygen flows into the lung area, picking up, dropping, cleansing and picking up oxygen from the lungs. So the heart pumps the blood, and it picks up oxygen that you breathe in into your lung area. Now your lung goes from the shoulder down to the bottom of your belly, or close to the belly, mid belly. And if you take a deep breath in, the blood that flows will collect all the oxygen. Most of the oxygen is actually collected in the bottom two-thirds of your lungs. So the deeper you breathe, the more oxygen the blood can actually deposit to the cells that are needed in the extremities of your body. So physically taking the deep breaths in, you are allowing for all the oxygen to be connected to the blood and be transported by the blood. And when you take the symmetrical breath out, when you exhale with the same amount of time, what happens is it allows the blood to be to remove the carbon dioxide from your body, and then allow it to then carry the new oxygen into your body. So the deeper you breathe, the more this can process in your cells. So that's the physical mechanism. The multidimensional mechanism is this: that if any of you have done let's say energy healing, Reiki is one that's common. You will actually sense, like if you put your hand out here, or if you kind of gently keep for a few inches away from somebody's body, with their permission, of course, you can actually feel the energy coming from their body. And that's the actual magnetic field that's palpable. But there are studies done, non-local intuition studies done by HeartMath folks, which demonstrate that when a particular one of the twins, two of the twin siblings are in different parts of the world. When one experiences something emotionally, the other one will actually receive that and actually experience the same thing. And they've done the studies around that. That can't be explained by simple 3D physics. And this is the multidimensional aspect of it. And there's lots of studies that are going on. Many examples that I've cited in my deep dives in my Ignite webinars. And I'll be doing a lot more of that. So the multidimensional part can't be done in a very quick program like this, but we can talk about it certainly at one of the deep dives that we do. Thank you for that question, Michelle. All right, there are no more questions coming. Michelle has a reflection to share. She said, "Thank you, Shamir. Following that demonstration, I felt tears arise." Wonderful. Thank you, Michelle, for that. It's once you actually connect with your heart, it's such a powerful engine that it allows compassion to flow through and allows your heart to actually become the synchronizing body that synchronizes everything else in your system, because the heart produces a magnetic field that is 5 to 8 feet beyond you. Your brain produces a magnetic field that's about 1 or 2 inches away from your head. So if you were to actually allow yourself to think more clearly, allow yourself to actually experience more intelligence, more wisdom, more spiritual wisdom, your heart needs to take charge, and it actually synchronizes everything in your body, including your autonomic nervous system. So it's a mechanical pump, but it's also an energetic pump. All right. So thank you for that, Michelle. Thanks for letting me know. All right. You take care, and I will chat with you sometime, definitely next week. Same time, same place. Appreciate your participation. Take care for now.